Right. Sweet Sammy J, before we go into this week, I would like to say that for the past 6 to 8 months, the loved ones have taken an absolute pasting, have they not?
Facts.
Facts.
Big
The
facts.
loved ones have taken an absolute slew of L's, but when we're going to be super positive, high vibes, because as we see, salt lamp on full, Crocs in sport mode, Jordan board. Right. I want to start very positively. Johnny looked good. Johnny banged out that one dude that Donkey Dave Adelaide, just like whatever. How did you feel about John?
I was so happy,
Was you happy for
so
him?
happy because it's been a little bit since he's been in the ring. He took a little bit of a break,
Yeah.
and he's just come back in there. He sold a few hundred tickets for a Las
Do you know
Vegas
what?
fight, which
That's
is
no
class.
joke.
Like, I do the Run for Bull page, and just seeing all the mentions of everyone flying over there was just incredible.
It's epic.
And he
He's
just
he's
goes
he's
over there.
such a boy.
He is. It's class. Like he's gonna have such a big year. Like if he's not on that Matchroom versus Queensbury show,
You bet
he's gonna
against
be
who?
doing
Bet against
other
who?
things. Him and Adley got the same record. Him and Sol for the English.
Yeah, maybe, but
Don't
it's
want to see Moses.
no, no. Oh no, I've got to bleep that, haven't we? Oh well. No, I don't want any. I don't want Moses near anyone, to be honest. Right, that was cool. Ammo Williams looked good. Ammo Williams. Let me just say, 5v5. I don't care about Shiraz versus Ammo. I want Dens versus Ammo. That's what I want.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight.
Dens
That'd
versus
be a really
Ammo,
good fight.
massive, because Dens doesn't give a F against Southpaws. In fact, he looks pretty special about Southpaws that
Yeah.
are much, much higher level than Ammo, just saying.
That KO though, that Ammo had,
It
that's
was good.
filth.
It was good. It was, yeah, it was a big KO. It
Yeah.
was Olivia and I watched that last night together. She was like, "Oh, he's not okay." I was like, "No, he's not."
If you get a reaction from Liv, you're doing
Yeah,
something
yeah,
right.
exactly. And then like, listen, Conor Benn versus Pistol Pete Dobson. That was a good fight. Like
Yeah,
there was. I don't know if it's a case that Dobson was completely underestimated. He had a chin on him. He looked thick.
yeah,
And you know what he was very good at? He was very good at just taking the sting off of Connor's shots and coming back with a little
yeah.
bit. Neither one of those two dudes was in any sort of trouble throughout that entire fight. It was a fun 12 rounder.
It
Like Connor
it
won
was one of
every round except for like two.
yeah. I mean, Twitter. I mean, Connor had a bit of a target on his back. Like everyone's just going,
He
"Oh,
always
where's the
does that.
power gone? Where's the power gone?" But like, I mean, that was always going to kind of happen.
Yeah.
I think probably. I mean, it's probably like a bit of a testament to Connor. Like, if Connor doesn't knock someone out in spectacular fashion, he
Mm-hmm.
probably people feel a bit shortchanged just because
Yeah.
of his highlight reel so far.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of people calling it a snoozer. I mean, it was a big win for Boxer last night to be, have all everyone go in. Oh, I've just switched over after X amount of
Do
rounds.
you know, I don't think it was a snoozer. I just think it was a good fight. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I thought
I mean,
Connor looked good.
maybe it was just a bit of a casualty of the fact that Azeez versus Buatsi was on the same night. That went the distance, and that was probably better. It's probably just a
Right.
bit of a casualty to that.
Connor, continue the journey, dude. Like, honestly, whatever. Let's just
We'll probably
see
do a
where this.
separate video
Yeah, we'll
on
see
what's
where
next
this
for
goes.
Connor.
Probably tomorrow though, not tonight, because Daddy's got things to do. Right. The Boxer card. So first of all, I want to say thank you to Boxer for having me and giving me
Oh yeah, you were in person, weren't you?
epic. Now, I tell you what was a bit niche though. Right. So I got given a seat in the media area, which I didn't expect.
Nice.
Right. But only one. And I was there with my mate Nicky, who's one of the Fighting Words loved ones. Right. So there was only one seat. And it was just like, all right, so we can look at this for a bit, or we can take turns, or should we just go to the box office and buy a ticket? Which is what we did. And then Daddy and Nikki potentially chatted up the bird behind the counter and got ringside for like
Allegedly.
allegedly got ringside for a very very respectable price. Hey, hey,
How well did it sell that show? What was it
it
actually
was
like inside?
good.
Yeah?
Near sellout. Near sellout. It must have been 7,000, 7,500, maybe eight. It was good, right?
Yeah.
It was good. I saw my mate Darren, who is a pro. He's 6'10". I can send you the picture of him and I together. It's always hilarious to see these giant men and me.
I love. We need to get like a little carousel going of you and heavyweights next to each other.
Fact. Had a good
You're
old
like a little chihuahua for them, aren't you?
yeah, teacup Yorkie. Yeah, yeah, teacup
Facts.
Yorkie for sure. Had a good old chat with Fabs backstage.
Yeah.
We'll go into that in a bit. Now, I also want to say that I don't want to start conflict with other, let's say, much bigger publications,
Yeah.
but they're not very nice to the smaller ones. And I don't mean to me, because there was not an incident as such at the back at the end of the evening where one of our loved ones from the watch party, you could just tell that he did not like how he was being treated. And I had to have a little, I mean, you know what I'm like, special needs shaman. Like, I'll have a little pep. And it's Fabs as well. So obviously we know each other. We have a
Yeah.
laugh. I'm like, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say his name. I'm like, obviously, let's handle this. There just seems to be, there's a difference between conflict and assertiveness. And those bigger outlets seem to, yeah, they're not, they're kind of mugs, honestly. And I personally will be doing the full scene now. It's provoked me. I will be
Yeah.
doing. I'll do tripod. I'm gonna do
I would love you
tripod.
as a tripoder.
I'm gonna get what I mean. Obviously,
That would make certain fight nights 10 times better if you were tripoding while I was
really.
working.
I'm doing. I'm
100%.
like, honestly, to be honest, it provoked me because I'd never seen it before, and it
is,
provoked me with someone who is a genuinely like lovely person who was at the watch party and he's one of the crew now, right? He's just such a chill, lovely dude. Like, how are you gonna put him on the like? How are you gonna just say, "Oh, mate, you can sit down and wait." You like, don't jump in front of people. That's rude. So I'm not having that. So I'm gonna be doing it, and I'm gonna champion the small man as the smallest man there. Obviously,
that's huge. That's
huge.
like that's
Is that
great.
made you?
I
Is
mean,
that made you quite happy? So now I'm on the
yeah, 'cause
campaign. I'm on the campaign now to get press for Fabio Fraser.
is it going to be for London exclusive shows though?
Yeah, of course. I'm not travelling. What am I, alpha nut?
I knew that'd be a catch.
Mate,
I'm excited for any content coming in.
Nothing exists outside of London. I want to just be really clear about that. Unless it involves a beach, Vegas, cheeks, I don't care. Those are the three things.
Need to get out on a t-shirt.
What? Cheeks, Vegas, outside of London.
Beach.
Cheeks, Vegas, beach.
Bosh.
Bosh. You should get that as your next tattoo, but on your throat.
Yeah.
There was a young man on the way home on Saturday night who had a bare face tattooed on his throat. He didn't appear to have any other tattoos though, so that's such a statement.
For a first one, that's huge.
For anyone, that's huge. But the boxer show,
right? Boxer cards, yeah.
Good show. Yeah. I enjoyed it a lot. Oh, they're open. I enjoyed that a lot. It was a lot of fun. It was where to say. So, didn't care about Caroline Dubois as such. At that point, Nikki and I probably had 2 to 3 drinks in that short space of time. Now I was on the whiskeys and he's on the beers. So at that point, let me just say, cool, all good. TKV, respect to TKV, and I had a good old chat with Will, and I had a good old chat with TKV, and like, for the life of me, I just do not understand why you can be on quote unquote the biggest platform. Why have you on the biggest platform if you are not utilized? And I'm going to sound like a broken record again. He has so much potential as a heavyweight. Like, just put a little bit of oomph behind him, right? They barely gave him an interview again, and I don't know if it's because they don't know if he's gonna like talk mental. Also, you know that one song that's going round at the minute, you probably know because you go down to Plymouth Prisms or whatever.
It's shut now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it was
Rest in power, man.
RIP.
That one, loving you is in my DNA.
Yeah,
That's
I think you
that.
went on about this last
No, no,
week.
no, no, no. But I was in it this time. It's a new
Yeah,
crowd banger. It's a
you
new
you
crowd
liking
banger.
it?
Huge. I love a crowd banger. I love it. I've always loved a crowd banger. I love hearing duh, 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 duh. I love it. I'm just in. Anyway, TKV looked good. I don't know. TKV maybe is on Sky, maybe he's not on Sky. I got a handshake from Ben Shalom again.
Nice.
Sure,
Shout out.
sure. I think that he may think I'm the Man United manager.
I sometimes think that.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's rude. But I understand. Uh, but yeah,
That could be why you got the front row seat.
maybe,
Could be.
maybe. And Nicky's a footballer's little brother as well.
If you went up to them and started speaking in a Dutch accent, you might have been able to pull it off.
Yes, hello. Can I have ringside, please? I tell you what was
That's
a
good,
bit of a G move. You want to have a little clip on that one, dear?
yeah, go on.
Was Mo the comedian? He
Mo
was
Gilligan.
yeah, man.
Do you speak to him?
I did. Just said hello. Said I think you're well funny. And he went,
Do you fanboy a bit?
well, no, because there's one video of Mo. This is completely boxing adjacent right now.
It's a great
You've done a terrible job of keeping this in line, you, right? But there's
Let
one.
the tism flourish.
It's not even the tism. It's just a stream of consciousness, right? There's my favorite is the Roadman review of the Xbox and the
Yeah.
PS5.
Yeah.
I love that. That's one of my favorite like vids ever of that dude. Anyway, patreon.com fighting words. Love the boys, support the boys. Market Squawk, powered by Live Squawk for all of your financial needs, whatever you want. Like, you come and go as you please. It is one of the few low latency, complete market vendors out there that allows you to pay as you go without signing up a contract. Honestly, epic service. Market Squawk, powered by Live Squawk, and xbrain.co.uk. Enter promo code fighting words to save 20% off any and all of their own branded supplements, which are exquisite and behind me. I take them every single day. And honestly, other than the grey beard, if I shave this grey beard off and I look like a thumb, no one believes that I'm 41, nearly 42.
And that's because of X-Brain.
Because of 100% because of X-Brain and having
And
low
20%
latency.
off.
And being supported by the Patreon and Market Squawk. TKV, excellent. Really proud of him. That was a stitch up of an opponent. That was the geezer that Moses couldn't stop. It was a naughty opponent.
But he got through it, and
he did go through it. And he looked like he rattled him, and that geezer's
puts him in
recovery.
quite a good position.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully it does. But
yeah.
What else? Who else was on that card?
Whitaker.
Oh, mate. Whitaker. Right. Whitaker does such cool things. He is an anime character. He is so good. He does such cool stuff. He is so fun. Why is he so unlikable? Even backstage.
That's the reason why, though.
Even at the back, we was all like, oh, that's Ben Whitaker. No one cared. Yeah. I have no idea what it is about that dude. He's so good.
I mean, it's quite easy to dislike someone when they're really good at what they do.
No, it's not that.
One sec. They know they're really good at what they do, and they get pushed really heavily from the start. It's quite. But the thing, because I think I can't remember who it was. One of the pundits or someone described him as a Marmite boxer. You either love him or you hate him.
Yeah.
But he gets so many views for Sky because of the flashiness and all of that he does. I guarantee you, if he did that flashiness against like a half-decent opponent and got caught or got slept or whatever, those views would be 10 times greater than what he's getting at the moment.
So Nick and I said the same thing. Nick and I said that young man has been leveled on a big looping shot as he's popping up and flatlined, written all over him. But I also don't think it will happen. I don't think it does, right? You know that this poddy waddy is Team Ezra. You know that.
Oh, facts.
Ben's a G, right? I have no issue with Ben whatsoever. I do not know why do you know, I was thinking to myself on the way home after, I think I had 8 shots of Jack on Saturday night and then more when I got home. But I was sitting right? And I was on the tube on the way home, and I was sitting there and I was thinking to myself, he does all of this cool stuff, but none of it's his, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing Ben Whittaker about it. He's able to put it together, but he's doing Nazim Hamed, he's doing Emmanuel Augustus, but he's not. But we don't know what Ben Whittaker is yet, and I think that's
What
the problem because Naz
show
was Naz.
showboating wise though? What else can you do?
No,
Like,
it's not that. It's just that he's so good and he's so athletic and his timing's impeccable. He doesn't seem like he can clearly punch. Like there's not. I'm not knocking that whatsoever. But Naz was Naz, and Naz would knock you dead with nothing. And that was kind of the allure of Naz as well. Where Ben, again, we don't know what Ben is yet. You know, Ben is a product of almost a product of YouTube. He's almost a product. He's almost an amalgamation of a bunch of other fighters, but there's nothing unseen with him before, and that I think that's the main problem. I think that's why he seems unlikable because he
I
seems
mean,
like an emulator.
maybe he gets there a bit more when like he starts progressing and like the titles come and
Maybe.
like the bigger fights come because then because at the moment it's just a flashy prospect knocking out nobodies, isn't it? Essentially,
I mean, but that geezer wasn't a nobody.
To like the greater
Yeah,
audience.
yeah, no,
So
no, I know what you're saying. But that guy's not a nobody. He's a good fighter. Like I think that may be the crux of it is that we haven't seen anything uniquely Ben Whittaker yet. We've seen Ben Whittaker. We've seen him doing the hits of others at the minute. We need to see him doing his stuff, which could be doing that. He could be that character from the computer game that just copies other people's stuff, and you do like kick combos and stuff, and like a wrestling move and like whatever. He's epic, right? He's a fantastic, fantastic talent, and he's 100% one to watch. But as a young man, what's the vibe?
I mean,
Because you lot should love him.
I can't get on board with him,
Why?
and I'm not sure if that's because of him or if that's because of how Boxer do things. Because I've been quite vocal about I kind of don't like how they push certain talent above others.
Yeah.
But
But put that aside, right? As as you, 21, right? You've got this kid who not much older than you. He's old enough for you to be adheres to his career on the way
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah,
He's old enough for it to be within realms, but not wildly old. It's not like me being a James Toney fan when he's
yeah,
25 years
yeah,
older than
yeah.
me, whatever. Right? Like I say, he does cool stuff. He clowns people. He does stuff like Matrix style business, right? And you don't really care,
Yeah.
right?
I,
And
I,
but that's strange,
I
and we
couldn't
need
tell
to
you
find
why,
yeah. But this is it,
but
right? So when Loma goes pro and we see Loma doing Loma stuff, the boxing fans go, "What was that?"
yeah,
Right? We see Floyd, the newest, like at that point, the next generation of that Michigan, not Philly, Michigan style, you know, that shoulder roll, defensive excellence, right? It's Floyd. People now do Floyd. Ben, Ben isn't, Ben, like I said, he's an amalgamation and he does do that stuff flawlessly. That part where he had the geezer in the corner and he wasn't even dodging. He was turning his head,
yeah.
right? Immense. The talent, the confidence, and the timing of that is second to none. It is spectacular. Don't care.
Yeah, it's just going to be one of those ones. If he does ever get caught with it, or he does take the step up and it doesn't pay off, I just feel like everyone's just going to jump on him straight away. And it's just going to be one of those ones where it's going to be like, well, you saw that coming, didn't you?
Yeah, but they did that for the entirety of Naz's career. Until
Yeah,
the Barrera fight, they did that for the entirety of his career. And even when he got like leveled and he popped up, it still wasn't enough, right? I think that they need to make a big jump with him now, and he needs to have a Craig Richards level fighter. Someone who has been in with good opponents.
Yeah.
Someone that we all know on any day, on the right day, is a real problem, right? That's who we need for Ben Whittaker to see what goes on with him next.
100%. I can't even think who's the British at the moment.
At that weight, Josh
Yeah.
Buatsi.
Oh yeah. You wouldn't stick him in with either of them, would you, at the moment, as boxer?
You know what? They might. I tell you. I tell you what would be a filthy move is if they say to Dan, "Come back, fight Ben Whittaker, see what happens." Naughty,
Yeah. Or
naughty. But that seems boxers' MO as well.
or if Buatsi, relinquishes the British to go up,
I mean,
and then have him fight for the vacant.
yeah. I mean, I would. I can't imagine Josh is going to keep any of those belts. He's already won them.
I didn't even think the belts were on the line because they weren't
Yeah,
on
they
any of the
were.
posters.
Yeah, I think they were. Yeah,
No,
because
'cause
they were when they did the announcement. He was like, "And new."
yeah, but I had a look on all the you look at all the posters, it doesn't say the titles underneath any of them.
All right. Well, I'm going to show some love for a moment because you lot don't know how long Larry and I have been mates, and he's family to me, right? And to see him with everything that he's been through, right? I'm not going to put his laundry out there, but with everything that he's been through, to see him as the assistant coach to Buddy McGirt, to Dan Azeez on a major Sky card after everything he's been through, to see him do that on that night, I couldn't have been prouder of him. I couldn't have been prouder. Hilarious that he threw the towel in because he was getting so fuming that they weren't wiping up the slippery canvas.
Yeah.
Hilarious because we was all like, they've stopped it. They've thrown in the towel. What is going on? Didn't realise it was Laz. Powerful Laz. Anyway. Right, main event.
Let's
Hit
talk
me.
about the knockdowns to begin with because there's a lot of
They
what
were
were
funny
they
knockdowns.
slips, were they knockdowns? I want to get your opinions on it.
Right, from the arena, they looked like slips. From the
Yeah.
arena, they looked like Nick and I both was like the first one, especially the first one really looked like a slip. But he did get punched during the slip. So they they're slips, but they're knockdowns, right?
That's
I'm gonna be really, really objective here. You know how much I love Dan, right? You know how
yeah.
much I love Larry. It's not that
Facts.
that from the arena that felt like 116, 112 without the knockdowns. That felt 8-4 Josh, right?
Yeah.
I still need to watch it again on TV. It felt very intense. I mean, it was a good fight. It was a great main event. It I was gutted to see Dan lose. I was even more shocked to see him go down twice. And one of them, I think it's the first one where he like slipped and rolled over flat on his back and his arms went out. You're just like, what was
Yeah.
that? Like, what was that? The second one was much more of a slip, but they were big slips. I don't know. I
And
honestly don't know. I'm not him. I couldn't see close enough. Maybe when I watch it on TV, maybe it'll be a little bit different.
I mean, from my perspective, like if you look at them, like there's not loads, like contact wise and power wise. There's not loads in it. Like it's not like
Yeah.
Buatsi hurt him and that's where he went down. But the slip seems so like
Dramatic, right?
yeah, dramatic. Like
Yeah.
I swear the second one he pretty much fell flat on his face.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
Like
they seemed really strange. They seemed
yeah,
very strange knockdowns.
yeah, they were, and also like the angles that Boxer are putting up and that it just makes it look even odder. Like if you watch the highlights now, it's all it's ringside footage. It's
Yeah.
not just the main footage, and
Yeah,
even
but
on YouTube
yeah,
it's the
but
same.
that's because it probably looks more dramatic, and it does look. Like, let's be honest. Let's be honest. There's that one boxer clip, which is one of the ring ones where it's
Yeah,
it's the up, but they're both sort of in mid range and they're slipping and shotting and countering. It's an epic video. It's an
yeah.
epic little reel that. But when they're doing it from the slips and the knockdowns, yeah, like it just makes it. I don't know. Like I say, I'm gonna have to watch it again on TV. I wanted to do that last night, but it wasn't to be. But I, what do you think? What? All right. So Josh
Yard?
Josh is now the WBA mandatory, right?
Yeah.
So if he's lucky, he gets to fight Better Biev or Bivol. I think more than likely undisputed happens and the belts just
Yeah.
go
Like that, yeah.
yeah, and he fights for a vacant one, hopefully, right? For Dan, I mean, like, what do you want to see for Dan? Because if they said Ben Whittaker's next, like I would want to see that, but I also think it's disrespectful.
Well,
I'd want to see that to see him bang out Ben Whittaker for no reason other than the fact that I love Dan.
I mean, one thing about the fight is they've both come out of it looking really good.
Yeah,
And everyone has said, great clash. They both did, excellent. It was a close fight.
yeah.
They're both mates at the end of it. And I would like a rematch, but I don't think that will happen.
There's no point.
Um,
Not unless
I
it's
mean,
for a world title.
yeah, like, do you do Dan Linden?
Dan Linden works. I'm fine with that. That's a good fight.
That's a good fight.
Dan
'Cause
Linden's a good fight.
that's,
That's
it's either
yeah.
that or probably Craig Richards, but obviously that would probably be a harder fight to make because he's
Dan's.
on
I mean,
Matchroom.
Dan. I think Dan and Craig are mates as well. Dan and Yard mates. Like Dan and Callum. Like there's like the domestic. I mean, I know that you think that Cruiser is the best division in boxing, and that's okay. That's fine.
Getting
You
Ben
know.
and Smith rap for two. What you want about?
Yeah. Even Jesus dropped the cross 3 times, my brother. Right. Inshallah. I. I'll see Dan do anything. Right.
Dan,
Honestly.
I'm here for Dan Linden.
Yep. Dan
I'm
Linden's a
here
good fight.
for Buatsi Yard.
Buatsi Yard, yeah.
Because who do you think the number 3 for that division at the moment? Because obviously you've got Better BF Bivol as 1 and 2.
You got to say Josh Buatsi now, haven't you?
But then I think Yard beats Buatsi.
Do you though?
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay.
I just think.
So you know why you can't say that yet? I mean, you can think it. It's fine, but I don't think it can be. No, it's fine. You can't say that yet because Yard has had 2 world title challenges and been stopped both times, right?
Yeah.
Buatsi hasn't had any yet, and that's on Buatsi in his corner and his camp and stuff because he should have fought for a world title right now. But then they are in a rascal division. They are in one of the worst divisions ever to become a world champion. Like Unique and IBO, fantastic, right? Before, but now that belongs to
Yeah.
Bivol. You're not getting that now. Right? How do you that was weird.
Digits
How,
magic.
yeah, man. How do you even like quantify that as what you do? I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, even look, we're gonna get Better BF Bivol June.
Yep.
Maybe we get Yard Smith on that Matchroom Queensbury card.
Hopefully.
Maybe we see the winner of that fight Buatsi, and then probably the winner of that goes
The
on
winner of
to.
that won't fight Buatsi because I mean, when it depends on who gets. So who wins for a start? So say there is a clear winner, whoever that is. So whoever it is, what was Yard? Yard was the WBO
Yeah.
mandatory, right? Before that, you don't know what mandatory is going to be called. So if the WBA is the next mandatory in the calendar, then it would be Josh Buatsi versus the undisputed champion. There is no mandatory for the IBO, huh?
Providing they keep the belts.
Providing that they keep the belts. Although old Turkey, the boy, looks like he's doing his own belts now. Beast.
That's the beast thing to do, isn't it?
He's so beast.
He's the fact that he sat Fury down and got him to do a little bit to camera, and the fact that that fight was rescheduled within 24 hours. That's never happening in any other like big fight ever, is it? Really?
Yeah, that just shows you the power.
The power.
And I'm about it. Very quickly before we wrap up, and I have some dinner. Fabs versus Clark. Huge. Fabs stops him, right? At no point, right? And I cannot be clearer about this. I really like Fraser. I think Fraser is an absolute geezer. He's fun to talk to. He's fun to listen to. He's a good pundit. He's a good fighter. Like there's everything about him. I love Fabs. And you know that I play favourites. Daddy plays favourites. Daddy always plays favourites, and Daddy will back his favourites until the cows come home. We was in the bar queue, right? And
Yeah.
this geezer was like, "Who do you think's gonna win tonight?" And I just looked at him with dead, cold, buzzed eyes, and I'm like, "I am Team Dan. He could get slept in 12 seconds, and I will still be Team Dan." And I'm the same
Yeah.
with Fabio, right?
I mean, I think Fabs hit the nail on the head when he did that interview afterwards, and he said Fraze hasn't like
He
to
hasn't.
prepare for me. He's had what 12 rounds against Whack,
Yep.
and that weird Dave Allen fight that
Yep.
did end. It was
Weirdly.
just an odd fight, didn't it? He
Yep.
went, "That's not how you prepare for a British title fight," and
No,
he
it's not.
thinks that it's too early for Fraser.
I tend to agree, and I'll tell you off when we're done in seconds. They filmed The Gloves Are Off today,
Ooh, that's gonna be a good watch. That.
and on that note, Patreon.com fighting words. Love you all. Bye bye. Can't press the button.